Happy Friday. I am here today actually waiting in the PDQ car wash line. These guys are working really hard to clean vehicles, and I'm so excited because mine definitely needs to be cleaned. If you have black interior, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It gets dirty. I mean, just somebody walks in and there's pebbles on the floor. So combine that with 4 children, but only 3 that are getting in and out of vehicles, I guess, and all their friends. So definitely traffic through my vehicle. It's a beautiful day. Lots of people are waiting for their cars to be washed. There's guys that are working really hard at their jobs and making sure that we all get taken care of. So while I'm waiting, I'm also had on my agenda today to do a video clip and to inspire others to find the joys in life. And this week has really spoke to me about busyness of life. Valentine's Day was great. The kids were in all sorts of wonderful activities. Tax time. If you own a business, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It is a busy time of the year. It's tying up all those loose ends, making sure everything's detailed and ready to be turned into the IRS. Anyway, so our accountant and business banker are all waiting anxiously to see how well we did last year, which is good. We did really well. Anyway, so we're very blessed that way. But just talking about the business of life, and I'm, of course, trying to talk with people about inspiring them to find the joys in life and get through. Well, sometimes you do really have too much on your plate, and it does steal your joy. And that happened to me this week. And I just turned around and said, you know what? There are people right now. There was a friend of mine right now that was sitting in the hospital, and they were waiting for results because there was water on her child's brain. So really, so what, Cheryl? Take one day at a time, do the best you can do every day with what you have, and keep plugging forward. Share your talents, live your dreams, and fill your purpose. Really, you can only do as much as you can do. And my job right now, I'm waiting in line for my vehicle to be taken care of, and I'm hoping that I can inspire you with some things from our video clips. Thank you. Good morning. I'm back having a cup of coffee, my absolutely favorite thing. And I'm having a cup of coffee out of my mug that says, enjoy life, live your dreams, share your talents, fill your purpose, and treasure every moment. I am a believer in posting things in my house. The way that I want to think, the way that I want to act, and the way that I want to be. And so I ordered these mugs for the funeral home because we actually needed some at the funeral home. I still use mine in the morning. It just inspires me and reminds me that each day I want to start with a great attitude. I want to start with a loving heart. I want to start with a generous spirit. And my goal in life is to make sure that I'm the best I can to the people that surround me in my workplace, in my home. And I want my story to be an awesome story when I'm all done here on earth. So anyway, talking today about the busyness of life. Oh my goodness. Busyness of life. Life can be very busy. For some of you that are watching out there, life can be it slows down. It slows down when you get older, and it can be very mundane. So just want to again look at focusing on the good. Everybody is in a different stage in their life. John and I are in a very, very busy stage of our life. We have 4 children, all different ages, in all different activities, trying to get them to find out what their gifts are as children and people that are coming up, and we want them to be confident in who they are and go out and be the best. Nothing that affects our family more than when we feel overwhelmed. And being overwhelmed, it steals your joy. So how do you combat being overwhelmed? Some of the things that we've done is just really looked at how do we stay organized. Organization is key. If you are if you are disorganized, like let's say, and this does happen, you can't find something, your car keys are missing, and you need to get to work on time, how does that make you feel? Not just overwhelmed, but now irritable. That's the way you're starting your day. It's not fun. So making sure you know where you put your keys every day, something I have to work on. And knowing, I thank God for my daughter. My second daughter, Abby, is the one who is like this visual. She can glance anywhere in a room and she knows exactly where everything is in that room. And she's been like this since she was little. So I'm not this way. So I will lose things and it will throw me off. And Abby, I'll say, Abby, can't find my phone, can't find my keys. Mom, they're over there, here. She's like, my God, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. But anyway, so keeping yourself organized as best you can. No, we're not perfect people. And I'll have a blog about that later on. None of us are perfect. All we can do is try to be the best we are every day. So some key things that help me stay organized is making lists. Making lists, setting alarms. These are all wonderful things to do to help you stay organized. For a long time, I would be a person that would just go from one activity to the next, and here's a pile of this needs to be taken care of, and the kids' permission slips need to be in, and then I have email, and I have bills, and I have different projects that I'm working on that have deadlines that need to be in for the printers, and for school I might have something as little as a gift for birthday gifts because it's somebody's birthday celebration. Now I'm supposed to bring the treat. These little things are just one more thing to add to the list. Keeping a good calendar, and Jen and I were just talking about this. We still do the paper calendar. Most people are now onto the iPhone calendar, which I think is probably a really great idea. But I like a visual. I like to be able to see exactly where I'm going to be, when I'm going where, and where I have open spaces. So I like that paper calendar. I'm guessing there's probably a good way to do that as well on your phone. Boy, our phones are just amazing. They are our calendars, they're our computers, they're our alarm clocks. I mean, phones are just the most amazing things that have ever come into our lives of technology, if you ask me. But keeping yourself organized can definitely help alleviate some of that overwhelmed feeling. And scheduling time for things, but scheduling time with additional time in case you need extra. If I run into somebody dropping off my daughter at dance, I might end up having a really wonderful conversation with a family. But if I am so hurried, I may never be able to even get into that relationship. Or if I forgot something, let's say we forgot dance shoes, or we have time to go back and get it. It's not a big deal. They're not late for class. They'll get there on time. Taking time to organize your life will definitely help with any feeling of overwhelming. Now, making that list might feel overwhelming because you have so much to do. But if you take and put that time or that list down and then prioritize and start plugging in your responsibilities and when you can get those done, life will stop spinning in your head and it will just be easier. Now, another thing that I've learned over the years is if it's something that can just literally be taken care of right away, if it's going to take you just as long to write this down and plan it as just to take care of it, just take care of it. Sometimes our projects that we have on our list are the hardest things to tackle because we just don't enjoy the job. As soon as you start it, you'll be so thankful it's done. So just start the project. Get that done. Get it done, start it and done. As soon as it is off your plate, you will feel relief. So keeping ourselves from feeling overwhelmed, keeping ourselves organized. And the last thing I'm going to talk about is change. Your schedule might be dictated. You might be thinking, okay, I'm going to accomplish this and this and this today. Well, don't John and I know about change? Any time of the day, he can be called away to help a family. So if that happens, so often for the last 22 years, I've had to just have something in my back pocket to be able to turn on a dime. It's something that is ever changing. Today we were supposed to do a video, and that's why I'm dressed in my business attire, about funeral industry and how we provide funeral services. He had a family walk in, unexpected, so had to change. Thought, okay, well then I'm going to do next week's video, and that's about being busy. And so here it is. Anyway, so busyness of life can definitely overwhelm us, absolutely. But the feeling of being overwhelmed can be controlled. And the way that we control it is if you start feeling that way, if you start feeling overwhelmed, you need to stop doing whatever you're doing. You need 5 minutes to just decompress, is what a lot of people call it. You need to just put some good music on, refocus on the things that you maybe can accomplish that aren't as overwhelming. Relook at your calendar, figure out how you can squeeze this in differently. Maybe just take a break, go get something to eat. Something that maybe you're missing, maybe you forgot to eat, or because you were so busy you forgot to eat. That you got to make sure your basic needs are met. If you aren't meeting those basic needs, your life will not be happy. So make sure you're eating well, sleeping well, and that way you can be the best you can be. Life is busy. We don't want it to steal our joy. We want to keep being able to bring the best of ourselves out to our families and to our friends. So keep thinking, how can I keep myself from being overwhelmed? Take on the tasks, make lists, check off your lists as you go. You'll see lots of accomplishment and it'll make you feel awesome. Sometimes I even add things to the list that I did that weren't on my list. That makes me feel even better. Busyness happens. Do the best you can with it to manage it. Because when you become overwhelmed, everyone else in your family feels that flood of overwhelmed and disappointment, and it's not good. Enjoy life. Live your dreams. Feel your purpose. And treasure every moment.